Keasha Lee. I am back live for another episode of Conversations with Keasha. We are back, y'all. It is 2023. We're on episode number 20, and today we are talking about creative ways to rejuvenate your space because our environment is really very reflective of what's going on inside and can be so conducive to supporting us in feeling better, feeling more productive, feeling more calm, feeling more ease, feeling more creativity. And so that's what we're going to talk about today on this episode of Konvos with Keasha. Now, I think I did not take the time to put a title on this one, but my guest, so I will figure that out. But my wonderful, wonderful guest today is Star Tollie. She is a wonderful interior designer, and I can't wait to bring her on so that we can share a bit about how we met each other, and she can support you all and me with sharing some tips on how to rejuvenate your space. Are y'all ready to go? Are y'all ready? So say hey. We're about to get this conversation started, and I will bring my wonderful, beautiful guest on. Hello from New Jersey, NJ Frenchie. How you doing? Thanks for joining us today. You all ready? Okay. Hello,
Hi.
hello. How
Hey,
are you?
Keisha. I'm good. How are
Hi.
you? Good to see
I'm
you
doing.
again.
I know, Star. It's been a minute since we've
It's
like
been a
talked
minute.
live and yes. Hey everyone, people coming in. Giselle, Pachardo, Ortega, the Zen Experience. I am
Hey. Hey,
Tristan.
Dara.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So please, before we get started, because this is all about creative ways of rejuvenating our space. And here I'm in the beautiful space of my car, which I don't mind my car. I do like my car, but I
Listen, it doesn't matter what space.
right. But I'm looking forward to this, and I'm so happy because this is the kickoff conversation of 2023. So thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, 20 episodes in. So would you like to start by introducing yourself to everyone in a sentence or two?
Okay, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Donyea Star Tollie. I am an interior designer located down here in Central Florida. I have been in the industry for about 20 years. I just recently went full-time on my own in July of 2022. So now I am definitely a full-time interior designer. And yeah, my main focus is basically taking care of the caretaker. That's what I do. That's what I love. And
Mm-hmm.
my motto is taking care of your space so that your space can take care of you.
Ooh, I love it. Take care of your space so your space can take care of you.
Hmm.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what space, living, lounging, working, whatever you want to name, you got to take care of your space so it takes care of you.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk more about that because I really feel I totally my space, my environment, the ambiance, the way it smells, the way it feels, it looks is so meaning whether it's cluttered or I have too much stuff around or just the whole aesthetic. I have a lot of plants, so I love that incorporating that. I'm a plant mama, house plant mama. And a mother of a human, and I know that you have a beautiful family. I love seeing your post about your family. So let's
Thank
talk
you.
about, you're welcome. Let's talk about like how to like some simple ways. And you say any space, it doesn't matter. So should we maybe choose a space to start with, maybe? A place
You
that
know
people
what?
spend.
Most time, let's talk about our home.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So when it comes to like creating a space, a rejuvenated space, like the first thing I would say is just have a plan. You don't want to just go in and just start doing something without like a end result. So the way
Mm-hmm.
that I explain doing this is actually creating a space just for you to dream. So I want to call it our sit and sip space.
Oh,
So
I
this
love
can
it.
be a corner in your home by your window with a little table. So you can have your coffee, your tea, your water, your wine, whatever it may be. But this is
Hmm.
a place where you dream, you plan, and you create the the actual place that you want to design for yourself or the plan that you want to take action to rejuvenate your home. So I say start there. And when it comes to creating a plan, you definitely do not want to just go willy nilly. So I actually recently just like painted my piano. It was the biggest eyesore in my room. So everyone has that one
Mm-hmm.
eyesore, right? Everyone has that one thing that just like irks them. And every time they see it, it's just like, oh, I got to do something about it. So
Yeah.
it's all about creating new habits, right? And I call this like the domino effect, right? So
Hmm.
change that one thing because it's all about putting good energy into the space so that you can get your energy out of the space. So by me painting my piano, just that one change,
Yeah.
it has opened up so many ways for me to change little things, little uh, um, habits around my house. So now I feel much better, about coming in and seeing this piano. And I'm just like, okay, what next? So
Yeah. Mm.
that's one thing. Like change that one thing that you don't like.
Right.
And usually when we think about the domino effect, we think about it in a negative connotation. I'm thinking about it in a positive connotation. So with that one
Right.
positive change, it will keep going, keep going, keep going. So
I love that. And so you painted, what color was your piano and what did you paint it?
So it was an oak piano, the old yellow oak. Some people love it. I mean, it's not everybody's thing. I love a good rustic wood, but not on this big old gigantic piano. So I
Okay.
actually changed it to Chantilly lace. It's the same color as my walls. So now it almost disappears, but it's kind of like a sculptural piece because it's old, and so we refurbed it. We brought it back to life,
Uh,
and now everyone who sees it, they're like, "Is it brand new?" No, it's just repainted.
mm.
Yeah,
So, okay, two things come to mind, and thank you for sharing because paint can do a lot. Like
a
just
lot.
painting, doing a fresh coat of paint, or doing an accent wall, with paint, or even peel and stick wallpaper, which is something I started
Absolutely.
using probably in 2019. And it just like these are like more simple things that you can do to make a big difference. I also feel like another thing that folks can do is just shift around the layout of furniture, like
So
that is something you can do without putting holes in the wall, without having to make a run to Home Depot. Nothing wrong with that though, but just even changing around the order of furniture, or moving things out of the room, or moving other things from different rooms in. What do you
I
say?
can't I can't explain how much like your space, how sensitive you are to your space. And sometimes you can't name it. Like I said, there's that one thing. But changing furniture around, oh my goodness. I have been in consultations sometimes where I've moved a chair and it changed someone's life, Like I would have never thought of that.
Oh.
But just like I changed that piano, so that domino effect created
Mm-hmm.
an opportunity for me to move some furniture around in my living room. And when I say
Yeah.
my husband is going crazy about the way that I just moved this sofa and these two chairs, he's like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But it's all about that flow. And it's like sometimes like we just don't know what it is that is affecting us, but it's sometimes visually. It's visually most times. But just that flow of energy through the space and changing the traffic pattern, actually changing habits. So like now he sits on that sofa and that's where he writes out his schedule.
I love it. And can you hear me okay?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Come on, just
Uh-oh. Hello.
I'm back.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
back.
okay. Just making sure.
Can you hear me?
Hi,
I'm
hi.
like
Okay.
still
Yep.
okay.
There you are.
All
There
right.
you are. You're back.
Sorry,
You're back.
my Bluetooth. So yes, moving a chair. I like that. Moving a chair can transform somebody's life, and um, it's so interesting because am I okay now, Nancy? I know I was frozen for a bit. Hopefully
Yeah.
I'm good for everybody
Yeah.
right now. Sorry, y'all. Um, but the only thing, not the only thing, one of the big things that is so important to the space and helping it to support you in your endeavors, even if that endeavor is, I just want to bring in more peace. I want to feel good and have a creative flow, or, you know, maybe it's a place you want to do better with entertaining. I just feel like rejuvenation makes an impact, like you say, that goes well beyond the room. It really impacts how we feel and really how we look at things,
How we
in my
operate.
opinion. But what I want to know is why are you passionate about interior design? And I know you've probably evolved. Maybe you started in one area and evolved. And so in terms of the caretaker, having that caretaker in mind, what was it that inspired you for your focus now?
So it's I'll start by saying it's been a journey. So my journey started out like when I was young. I have a twin sister, so we always would draw and like, you know, we always had this right brain, you know, personality where we were just always artistic in some kind of way, shape, or form.
Uh-huh.
So that actually led to different avenues. So I went into fashion. It wasn't my thing. I had to find that out, but it's okay because I landed here. I actually came across some projects in my grandmother's garage because my sister actually started going to interior design school, but she didn't continue. She started some projects, and I found them in my grandmother's garage, and it was so intriguing that I actually just went to a visit to the school, and it was like done from there. So
Wow.
that was like back in 2002. I
Uh-huh.
graduated in 2005, and since then I have just been kind of finding my way through this interior design journey, which has pretty much put me in a place now where I know that what I have been given is God given, and it would be a sin for me not to use it. So I now am in a place where I can elevate other people's lives through my talent. And so my signature service, my actual ideal client is that caretaker, because most times we're not thinking about ourselves. We're not thinking about, okay, what is it that I can do to take care of myself? I feel like interior design is self-care. And that is one thing that we can focus on to actually be able to take care of our internal, you know, which is creating that vibe, being able to get that good energy, that productive energy out of, you know, whatever space that we might be in. So that's when I say a space could be where you're working, where you're lounging, where you're sleeping, where you're eating. All those different things are very important in creating a vibe for you to be able to be productive in, you know, what we call life.
In life. Yeah, I love that. I love it. And Nancy says, that's me. I live alone and neglect my space sometimes. And it can be easy to do. You know, you're going, you're coming in, you're coming, you're going. And that's why I feel like, and I love how you said it's self-care, our space, and particularly in attending to it, right? Intending to that space. Whether it's some of the things we talked about before, rearranging furniture or putting on a fresh paint on a piece of furniture or even on the walls. But it also takes us taking the time to actually tap into what does make us feel good, you know,
Yes.
because I feel like our spaces, particularly the ones in our home really is a reflection of us, and we can lose sight of that if we're
Absolutely.
not consciously thinking about it, and then
I
it
love
impacts
that you
us.
mentioned that. Yeah, I love that you said it's a reflection of us. So, is your home speaking to your personality? Is your home speaking to you? And like I said, that space that I talked about creating in the beginning, like to be able to dream up a new space.
Yeah.
Don't try to attack everything at one time. Take it one corner at a time. It could be as simple as taking everything off of the surface, wiping it down, and only putting back what needs to be there. So that's a form of decluttering and organization. And
Yeah.
that's somewhere where I would suggest definitely for everyone to start. because, you know, it could be the thing that's like blocking the next thing that needs to happen, that domino effect. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
how great is it to put a tray, you know, on a coffee table or a box to be able to hide your remotes? And then, okay, what next? I need to add some greenery, right? Some house plants to be able to clean the energy in the air, or add some coffee table books to be able to, you know, read or look at, you know, beautiful imagery while you're just sitting in, you know, and enjoying a glass of wine or whatever it may be. But it's
Yeah.
all these little things that come together and just have you be able to, you know, just get into that zone, get into that vibe that you need to be in all the time, because we're on go all the time.
Yeah.
And when I say that your interior is a reflection of you, it has
Yeah.
to be taking care of you.
Yeah. Yes. Ah, see, that's the thing. I love it. That's what I feel like a lot of people miss that part. Your space needs to take care of you. It's a ongoing reciprocal reflection of you, what's going on, and then, oh, we need to clean that up. Meaning internally, like conceptually, and then really like tangibly, like I need to clean up the space. Oh, I'm feeling stagnant. I've been feeling depressed. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I
yeah.
could lighten it up with some colorful pillows because that fits my personality, or whatever it is that makes you feel great. And that's why I feel like that's such a beautiful way of thinking about our space and design, and just rejuvenation, since that's the theme. It's rejuvenation, meaning refresh and reactivation and infusing fresh energy, which you mentioned before,
Yeah,
energy, because I think everything is that. Um,
everything.
yes, and you also, thank you for sharing some simple ways to start. Like you mentioned, a coffee table and putting something on the table that can hide the remotes.
Hmm.
And okay, and then what else? Because it really
Yeah,
does. It inspires you. What else could I
yeah,
do? Do you have
yeah.
any tips? Any tips for folks who are like, I don't know, what could I look at? How could I maybe start to get inspiration to even know my style? Because some people really are in that they just have given and given caretakers, which is your main, audience, that it's like, I don't know, what does liven me up?
So the simplest way I could put this is, you know how when you go and buy a new outfit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are just like feeling it, you can't wait to wear it, you can't wait to put it on. And you go, you have a routine. You take your shower, you put on your perfumes and your lotions, and then you put on this outfit, and then you stand in the mirror and you look at yourself and you're like, okay, now what? I need to add some jewelry. I need to add, a hat. I need whatever it may be. I need to add the perfect shoe to complement this outfit.
Yeah.
So when I say plan, look at your space and actually see what it is that is like, okay, is it cohesive? Is it how many colors do I actually want to put in here?
Mm.
When I say about your wardrobe, like starting with what you're wearing, like that's one place that you can go, your wardrobe. Find 3 pieces of clothing, a piece of jewelry, a shoe, and they don't have to match. I'm not saying go in there and put in the outfit. I'm saying go in there and find things that you love. It could be because you love it for a color. It could be because you love it for the fit. It could be structural. It could be denim. It could be anything. Whatever it may be, start there and build around that. Ask yourself, what is it about that I like? What is that about that is like, making me go this route? It could be some leopard print or wood jewelry. That's my thing. I love wood jewelry, so I got to add wood around my house. It's got to be here, So that would be my suggestion, to start in your wardrobe.
That is amazing. I have never heard this tip before. Like that, and it
Okay.
makes sense. And
Yeah.
it makes sense because again, our space is a reflection of our likes and our experiences. And why not start with 3 pieces from your wardrobe, whether it's an accessory or clothing, and move from
who
there.
better to, yeah, because you curated your wardrobe yourself, right? You went out and actually bought it. There's a reason why you picked it up. There's a reason why it's in your closet right now. Maybe it's, something that you haven't worn in a long time.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be, but when you bring it out, it's just like, okay, why haven't I brought this out in a long time? It could be anything, any reason, but it's just for you, and it has your personality that already speaks to you. So that's why I say that the wardrobe is definitely the place to start.
Great tip. Thank you for sharing that. That's a wonderful.
Absolutely.
That's a wonderful tip there for how a simple way to start. If you are like, I don't know. Okay. All right. What would be something else that you would like to share with us, Star? I mean, I have one more question, but I'll wait.
Okay. All right. Well, as far as like rejuvenating and, creating a vibe, I'll go back to what my grandmother just always has, she always used to say, let some of the Lord's light in. So she's talking about as simply as opening up curtains and letting the sunlight in, right? So I'm going to take it a step further. Open up your curtains, let the window up, and let some fresh air in. You already mentioned about letting some, having some greenery. So I'm not necessarily a houseplant girl. They don't say a lot of that. I need to just do my research. But I do have some artificial but I love it because it just makes me feel outdoorsy, So bringing in some of that nature, we were all born in nature. So having it surrounding you. I say also bring in fire. I love candles. I mean, it's just like the best thing at night to light candles and that ambiance. It's just something about it, that lighting level, that mood, it just puts you're like already there. You're like already there. So that would be another tip for like rejuvenating.
Oh my goodness. The elements, y'all. The elements, right? Like this is around us. This is in our world. This is a part of who we are in life as humans, the elements. So I love that. Again, you spoke to that. Okay, so I already mentioned I would say a sensual, like just sensory, sensual woman as well, but like textures and smells and colors for me. So yes, plants, I have 35 real plants and I have like 3 faux plants. So I mix in some faux too.
Okay.
So for anybody who's like, or even a bouquet, like fresh flowers from the market, could
There
lighten
you
up
go.
your space. Get a bouquet of flowers from the market. There you go. You have some
from Publix.
There you
or
go.
Your local grocery
Publix,
store.
whatever grocery store is local to you, y'all. We got people all over. But yeah, Publix, Trader Joe's, whatever. Fresh air. That is like, for me, it's like when it comes to design, I know a bit of different things. Like I know a little of feng shui because I'm very intuitive and energy is very important to me. Having that chi energy in. So when you mention opening your windows and always, like every day, I open my windows for a period of time so that I can let outside in, fresh air in, let that energy flow out. Plus you get stagnant. When you have your windows shut, your door shut, the energy and it's just gets stagnant. Things need to flow, y'all.
Absolutely.
So open your
window
every day.
I have this little window in my bathroom that I open up. If not, it's got to be every other day, at least, where I'll just open it up and it's just like, oh, I feel so much better, So I know exactly what you're saying.
We have a beautiful guest, listener, Women Speak Up, Ottawa. She says, I love candles too and diffusing with essential oils. Oh my goodness, yes. Essential oil diffusers are yummy. I personally, I use those too.
Me too.
All of the above, y'all. But
we are tackling the senses.
Incense, I love. High quality incense. I have my favorites. I have my go-to store. Those are a go-to. Those are always burning as well.
Absolutely.
So going back, elements. So just think elemental. Water. You could have fountain. I like the sound feature, right? Fountains, candles, the air, sunshine, light, natural light is great. What is another element? Earth, right? So then the plants or wood.
Yeah, the plants. Well, I'm going to go on the taste. So everyone has their favorite, it could be chocolates, it could be candy, whatever. Find the cutest little dish and just have that sit anywhere. Like maybe it's at your front entry, maybe it's on your coffee table, maybe it's on your dining room table, or maybe it's on your island in your kitchen. But it's just that little moment where you're just like, oh, that's my favorite. It's just a moment of like happiness and yumminess, and it just puts you in a better mood.
Star, you're inspiring me because I literally had a conversation over the weekend about how my grandmother and my great aunt used to always have candy dishes in these beautiful crystal containers, jars.
Yep.
They always had candy around the house, and I don't do well. I always have dark chocolate, but I don't present it in a pretty,
Hidden, right?
in a beautiful way. That is such a great tip. Whether it's mints or just that's beautiful. Nice treat.
Yeah, you
around.
actually brought me back. I had an auntie that had those old-fashioned candies. I don't know what it was about it. I can't find those nowadays, but she had those those were the best little candies ever.
My grandmother had they were wrapped in like strawberry paper, so they were also red. So they were like strawberries and had a chewy center. My great aunt loved Werther's Originals, so those caramel heart, those were always in a jar.
Bring back the nostalgia, yes.
So y'all can put a spin on the old with putting something new. So, that's so sweet. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
See, doesn't it even makes you feel good talking about these things?
It does. Actually, it does.
Nancy says
butterscotches. Someone said butterscotches.
Yes, exactly. There we go. So wonderful. So for everyone who's tuned in, I hope that I personally have gotten some great tips for rejuvenating, creative ways to rejuvenate your space. Why? Because your space is a reflection, should be a reflection of who you are, your likes, your experiences, and also support you. When we take care of our space in turn supports us, whether it's for creating a sanctuary or for creativity or family time, intimacy, like whatever it is, what we put into it, it's going to give back. So when you're intentional,
every time,
then you're going to get back. So thank you all. Thank you, Donyea, for coming on and spending some time with me and these beautiful folks out here to share your tips.
Shout out to my design friends who came to see me.
Shout out to the design friends. She did well, right? She did very, very well.
Thank you, guys.
To everyone here, striking statements side, striking statements, we make statements all the time. And for me and the work that I do this show for the purpose of helping others think of things differently. We can talk about a variety of things, and it's so beneficial to tune in and hear conversations that aren't scripted, that flow naturally. Because when you can walk away saying, I never thought of it like that before, then that means your perception has been expanded, your awareness of things, which changes how you see the world and the possibilities for you within it. And that's what I'm about, expanding the possibilities. So thank you all for joining me for episode 20 of Conversations with Keasha. And follow Star, I think, for more tips. Provide your handle.
Rejuvenation Home Studio.
Rejuvenation Home Studio. She's located in Florida, South Florida?
Central Florida.
Literally
right in the middle of Tampa and Orlando.
Okay. I should come visit sometime. I'm in San Diego, California. So
bring some of that sunshine over here. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all, and tune in next week. I'm having another awesome conversation with Keasha talking about forgiveness, even when it's hard. So thank you all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.